The Bad Guys 2 has my favorite scene in animated history, and it's all in the first 10 minutes. Hear me out. Mr. Wolf, 2021's hottest Furry of the Year winner, tells his Piranha Heist crewmate, voiced by Transformers Rise of the Beast Anthony Ramos, to check their six, as they drive in reverse away from a rapidly approaching swarm of police cars. And he kicks back, relaxes, says, "I got it." And Mr. Wolf speeds backwards. They back up towards extreme traffic, and Piranha gives a thumbs up, saying, as they drive back first into a legion of cars. Wolf brings them onto the street, drifting through cars in a roundabout, and the passenger sees them. The music playing in the back slows down for a split second as he yells out, before Busta Rhymes comes back in with his rapping. All in 16 seconds with 11 cuts. A lot of numbers being thrown out. It ain't math, but what it is speed. Within these 16 seconds and within these 3 minutes of the movie lay a constant stream of non-stop energy that only slows down to our form and set up cool stuff. Let's rewind a little bit. Mr. Wolf, voiced by Sam Rockwell of the I Wanna Be an Asian Girl monologue from the incest season of The White Lotus, is the leader of a reformed criminal team known as the Bad Guys. They're in Egypt stealing a car from a billionaire. And that's it. That's the entire setup for the opening scene, and frankly, that's all it needs. The first Bad Guys wasn't a movie that cared so deeply about its plot. It's predictable, and you can immediately tell how it's all gonna go, but what really made it shine was its Ocean's 11 type style. And boy, did the sequel double down on style. We're living in an age where style is way more valued than photorealism, thank God. Sure, people were wowed at the fur on a cat, but no one cares about that kind of stuff anymore. Animation is winning. Across the Spider-Verse made $690 million and was a worldwide hit. K-pop Demon Hunters is a phenomenon that makes Wednesday seem like an underrated Netflix project like The Electric State. Our most recent Best Animated Feature winner was made with Blender. Elio, which also came out this year, was alright. It uses a slightly cartoony art style spotted in Turning Red, and while I adored that movie, Elio was a letdown because of how plain it all felt animation-wise. Sure, you can have all the wobbly creatures you want, but when they all look like they've been modeled to extreme perfection, capturing all the little details, you stop caring about what you're looking at. It all feels samey, like you've seen this kind of animation and what it can do already. You see a cat, you see it all. That brings me to DreamWorks. The Bad Guys was stylish. The studio really did start bringing more interesting animation beyond photorealism and pose with, well, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Compared to its 2011 predecessor, The Last Wish is a lot more loose with how it animates its characters, and thank God, because it's all the better for it. But so many people have talked about The Last Wish at this point for a good reason, and now I want to hone in on The Bad Guys 2. The Bad Guys 2 only made $239 million at the worldwide box office, about $11 million less than the first movie, with a budget that may or may not be the same. Their promotion included season 27 of Big Brother, with absolute diva Rachel Riley talking about how much she loves the franchise with the kids. That's not really relevant. I just wanted to bring up Rachel Riley. You were robbed, queen. I went on the second day it was available in my country, and there were around less than a dozen people attending the screening I went to, and the theater accidentally played audio from a few minutes into the movie, with the screen still blank. Again, not relevant, but pretty damn funny. But oh my God, this movie rocked. I loved every single second of it. I had an absolute blast. I gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd that ended up rising to a 5. And now, it's nestled between Sinners and Materialists as my 5th favorite movie of the year. Pretty damn crazy. Sure, some might call it blasphemous to put it above other more seemingly meaningful films like Mickey 17 and Bride Hard, but I have a good reason. I had fun. I love my meaningful movies just as much as anyone, but I also just love having a damn fun time. And all that I love about The Bad Guys 2 can be found in its opening minutes. Going back to the opening chase scene at the heart of this video, the characters moving away far from realistic. There's a certain speed to character movements that feel like the first movie's inspiration into the Spider-Verse in the best possible way. With more exaggerated character movements, there's more expression, and bits like the cops stumbling their way past a flock of chickens lands more with that exaggeration. It takes advantage of the fact that they're operating outside of reality, as if you can already tell by the fact the team consisting of animals operates as a fiat criminal gang, and lets physics and logic go entirely. Besides, it's easy to suspend your disbelief when you have a tarantula voiced by Awkwafina from Neighbors to Sorority Rising, hacking into construction equipment, directing the gang onto a ramp, letting them get hooked onto a giant magnet, spinning them up and away from danger before speeding away from said giant construction magnet, crashing into a police roadblock in an elite aura farming scene. Okay, fine, I will stop using the term aura farm. Each moment in that scene I just mentioned is supported heavily by the music from Busta Rhymes, and it reminds me of yet another movie, Baby Driver. That movie's terrific opening syncs up its music to a car chase, and with Edgar Wright's signature style, it just shows how much impact a good track can have on a scene. Busta Rhymes' rapping appears now and then throughout the scene, but here it goes to another level, speeding up immensely at the height of the tension, and, well, just watch it play out.
What you got? You know that he not better wear your seatbelt and strap up. You know we get a little crazy every single time we act up. I know that we can just doing it. I think you can shack up. It don't matter every single time I really try to trap until he come from every corner and he really try to catch up. Hurry attackers and the fact that I be back and we never slack up. Better get out of the way because we're gonna be back on. We taking everything we want and you better back up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
It's a scene that's emblematic of what works so well about the Bad Guys 2's action. It's so bombastic and extra in its style that you honestly just can't help but go holy hell at the sight. Another thing worth noting that's present throughout the rest of the chase is that the camera just doesn't really stop moving. If it's not following the gang, it's zooming in on something. If it's not zooming in, it's shaking. Even the smallest of shakes of the camera helps sell the impact of the car's movements. The camera work throughout the chase is just perfect. Bouncing along, making sure the viewer feels the rush the gang goes through. It's all a perfect shining combination of terrific frenetic action with a song that just matches the movie's energy. There's all these little details that I have been, frankly, obsessing over for the past 3 or so months. The way the camera shifts to follow them in a drift, the way it zooms out from behind the car as it goes even faster, just before zooming in again on the crew as they're about to make a jump, the way it trails behind them on the roof before getting a view from the side across from them as they jump up and down. That's all one after another, giving the chase such a feeling that you're able to keep up with them even for a little bit. One thing that's so little that I just love is how after Mr. Wolf gives a little salute, the camera just follows them before and after they turn around, blinding the camera briefly and speeding up, just leaving the camera and the cops behind. All of that, and I still want to talk about the smaller stuff in the animation. That little salute Mr. Wolf gives, he gives it with such a gleefully carefree smile that I just can't get out of my head. During the little jump they do to release the chickens, the way the car just slides its way back onto the ground is so smooth and fun to watch. The little white lines around the car as they drift and drive around, it just helps sell the speed at which they're evading the cops, combined with those camera shakes that I mentioned earlier. It's just fun. Pure, unabashed fun. The rest of the movie, it's pretty damn cool. And since I'm only covering the opening here, feel free to watch the rest of it and see how this frankly unpredictable film goes on, and I wanted to talk about it to whoever I could. The energy here is so infectious, the dialogue quick and funny. This opening chase has such a fantastic sense of speed and scale. It only ever slows down in moments where it's about to explode. And it just operates on a level that puts it above all of the year's other animated movies that I've seen so far. The Bad Guys 2 is a really special movie to me. Not because it changed my life, not because it is anything remarkably new to say about the crushing weight of capitalism on reformed ex-convicts, but, well, because it's fun, and it's everything animation should really be about. It invites you to an expressive world unlike our own and just lets loose. Animation is so special because it is inherently disconnecting us by being in another medium. So why bother being constrained by gravity and science and rationality when you can watch a gang of lovable misfits escape from a car chase? Okay, so I don't know how to end this video. Subscribe, I guess, like it. Please give me some feedback. I really loved making this video. I loved writing the script. I would really want to continue making more of these. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it or if anyone's going to want to hear me yap. But thank you so much for staying through to the end of this, and hopefully see you next time.